All right, y'all. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope y'all are enjoying y'all Thanksgiving so far and loving on the ones that you love the most. This is coming straight from CR Video Votes, y'all. This is Meet Donald Trump's mother back in 1994. Yes, y'all, I'm on one today. I'm on my research, baby. I'm trying to dig back in history. I'm trying to get to know who I voted for some more. You get what I'm saying? That's what it's all about at the end of the day. So why not bring it back? Why not take it back? Now we are on the mother of Trump. So let's dive into the video, y'all. Let's go ahead and learn, because it's always very important to learn, research, finding information for yourself. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. So with that being said, y'all, I'm just digging. I'm digging. That's simply all I'm doing. It's very important that you feed your own soul. Do not let the fake news and media feed you. That is the reason why we have all these meltdowns and mental issues going on all around the world after Trump won. So, with that being said, y'all, let's go ahead and dive into the video. And we'll chop it up towards the end.
Donald Trump's mother, Mary Trump. We were invited to Donald's luxury suite on the 51st floor, where Mrs. Trump was lunching with our own Frank Patterson.
Well, Frank, you're sitting beside one of your greatest fans.
No doubt, Bibi. One of my greatest, and a great friend as well.
Yes.
Not right, Mary?
We love Frank and Ian, and we love them. They're great.
Yeah. And Mrs. Trump, where did you first meet with Frank?
I think it was the Plaza Hotel, wasn't it?
No.
Was it not?
At Booth Memorial Hospital.
That's right.
And Frank came and did a concert for us.
Yes.
I had been a patient in there. I was mugged, and I was very sick. Frank and they came and did a concert for us in the hospital. That's where we met.
That's right, yeah.
And you absolutely love his music, don't you?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
We have all his tapes, all his cassettes, everything.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
You're excited about the concert tonight?
Oh, we're going to watch the concert probably.
Trump dang sure take his mama's features, y'all. Look, just like I see Trump all through his mother. Wow, that's crazy. Let's get it.
Why?
Yeah.
On Monday night, we're going to watch it again.
Yeah, she's coming to Carnegie Hall on Monday night with us.
Yes, bringing a bunch of friends.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, Mrs. Trump, a little about your Scottish origins. Where were you born?
In a little town called Stornoway, but the island of Lewis, way up in the Hebrides. Way up in the Hebrides.
Yeah.
Beautiful little island.
And did you live there for most of your life?
Oh, yes, I lived there. I grew up there. Came to New York, met my husband.
That's right, yeah.
Went back to Scotland and came back to New York to get married.
And Frank, of course, you now live in New York as well. You and I do.
We do. We live up in Bronxville, up in Westchester. And we love it here too. You know, but I think that the reason that Mary likes the Irish music is the fact that you are from the Stornoway.
Oh, of course.
You know, the Scottish and the Irish music goes so well together, you know.
The country looks...
Yes.
They're very intertwined.
That's right, yeah. And then we met later then again. The reason I mentioned the Plaza was we were doing that fundraiser for the St. Patrick's Home.
That's right, yes.
You know, for the Carmelite sisters.
We met a lot of times.
Yeah, and Fred and yourself support that cause.
Oh, yes.
And Donald was there as well that night. Of course, poor Donald can't be with us because he's over in Hollywood, over in Los Angeles,
Donald, he got a call from Steven Spielberg. Could he come and make a cameo in some movie that Spielberg is doing? And of course, Donald didn't want to say no.
Well, we can understand that. It's slightly more important than the BB show, Frank, isn't it? Tell us about your lovely family, Mrs. Trump. And we know that sadly you lost a son recently.
We lost a son. Our oldest son we lost. He was 41. It's something our mother never forgets.
No.
Our oldest daughter is a federal judge.
That's Marianne.
Marianne, yes. And of course, there's Donald and Robert and Elizabeth.
Elizabeth as well. Oh, another fan, huh?
Yeah. Elizabeth is married to Jim Grove. There's another fan and a wonderful fellow.
Yeah. It's been my privilege, really, to know your family, Mary. and to know you
Well,
and Fred.
it's our privilege to know you and Ellie.
They're wonderful people, Billy. You know, it's amazing when you come to America. You know, this is the kind of thing that happens. You know, you just meet so many wonderful people.
Must have meant a lot to you, Frank.
It did, you know, and I remember like going in to see Mary in the booth because she was so badly injured in that mugging, and she made a tremendous recovery. Yes. And then last year she was going to visit Stornoway, all set to go, bags packed and everything, and she fell again and injured herself.
God.
She was really unfortunate.
We were leaving on the Concorde on Monday morning, the two girls and I fell on Sunday night. But that was the end of the trip.
Yeah.
But you're fine again now.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's wonderful to see you walk in there today. What a woman.
Took a long time. What a woman.
Well, Frank, we know that you have to get off to rehearsal. So I think at this stage we better say goodbye to you. But can I say especially a very big thank you to you, Mrs. Trump, and to Donald for having us here in this beautiful place.
Thank you very much. It is a beautiful place, isn't it?
Absolutely
Really
wonderful.
lovely. And we flew down in the helicopter in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Was that wonderful black helicopter that I saw?
Thing, yeah.
Do you like the helicopter?
Oh, I do. And of course, my husband, first thing he saw was the helicopter said Trump on it. And he was satisfied.
And they've been ever since, huh?
Well, thank you both very much indeed for talking to me.
Our pleasure, baby.
Yo, that's dope. Let me see y'all. Hang on. Oh, well, let's go ahead and dive on into it, y'all. Yeah, I think we can do it. Let's go. All right, so this is Trump the Bully, how childhood military schools shaped him, the Choice 2020 Frontline. All right, let's dive into it.
Welcome to America Wants to Know. I'm Ernie Anastas, and this is the...
In 1992, I hosted a special show in New York where viewers asked a lot of questions about their favorite celebrities. Many, of course, were interested in Donald Trump and what he was like as a young boy growing up in Queens. I managed to catch up with Donald's parents, Mary and Fred Trump, and asked them what was Donald's favorite game as a child.
He played Monopoly. Yes, indeed. He played with his brother. He played with Robert. But more than Monopoly, he played with building blocks. Always with building blocks.
But Donald Trump's childhood was much more complicated.
Always building blocks.
Early on, a family crisis. His mother seriously ill.
When he was 2.5, my grandmother got very ill. Donald, who was at a very, very critical point in his development as a child, was essentially abandoned by her. He may not entirely trust women. He finds it difficult, if not impossible, to connect with them on any deep level, because I don't believe he ever was able to with her.
When you ask him about how she showed her love, he has nothing to say.
Wow.
The complexity of that relationship, I think, plays out through all of his relationships with women throughout his life. With one wife after another.
Wow.
There is an inability to reach any recognizable level of intimacy.
Young Donald had his own crisis, finding his place in a family.
Wait, so I'm trying to figure out, so she didn't have a relationship with his mother? Because I just, well, I mean, y'all seen it, so am I learning something, y'all? Because I didn't know. Maybe wow, this is crazy. Let's get back into it.
Dominated by his father, Fred, a stern and demanding real estate developer.
I strongly suspect that he had a relationship with his father that accounts for a lot of what he became. And his father was a very brutal guy. He was a tough, hard driving guy who had very, very little emotional intelligence, to use today's terms.
Donald's father's overall message to his children was, and it was a very different message to the boys than to the girls. To the boys was compete, win, be a killer. Do what you have to win.
Inside the family, a harsh game of apprentice. Who would take over Fred's empire? The first in line wasn't Donald. It was his older brother, Freddie.
My father was sensitive. He was kind and generous. He liked hanging out with his friends who adored him. And maybe worst of all, although it's hard to say, he had interest outside of the family business. My grandfather understood none of that.
Their father said Freddie wasn't a killer. He wanted to fly airplanes for a living. Donald thought that was crazy.
They could not understand why Fred did not go into the family business and be a builder like their father was. But Fred wanted to be a pilot, and Donald looked at that and said, well, that's sort of like being a bus driver. Why would you want to be a pilot?
Donald watched as Freddie was cast out.
My dad couldn't do anything right, and my grandfather made his life miserable. He was frustrated, and he began to realize that it wasn't going anywhere.
His life ended early in alcoholism and poor health. Through the years, Donald would take a much different path.
He wanted to avoid my father's fate of, abuse and humiliation at the hands of his father. He took that lesson to heart.
He was determined to live up to his father's ideal, be a killer. But he was also tempestuous, impulsive, and at 13, his father sent him to military school.
He must have said, this kid's going to grow up in a tough world, really tough world. And if I want him to succeed, it's going to have to be tough.
And he did.
He talks about it as almost this rite of passage. He said to me that when he arrived at the military academy, for the first time in his life, someone slapped him in the face when he got out of line.
It would be a 5-year lesson in how to be a bully.
Donald Trump yelled at his classmates, he pushed them around, he even used a broomstick as a weapon against classmates who didn't listen to him when he told them what to do.
All of us were part of this culture of you beat on kids when they didn't do the right thing.
You got hit, you might have gotten slammed against the wall, you were put you got put artificially into fights.
He became a leader of the cadets. He became one of the student leaders who had a number of kids under him in the dormitories, and he ruled the dormitory life with an iron fist.
Inside that brutal world, Donald had found his place.
His mother told me that he was never homesick. He loved it. He loved all that stuff because it was also really competitive. Other kids didn't really like him all that.
And going through everything that he went through, it shaped him out to be the man he is today. I mean, we all got a story. So just getting the background of his, his parents and things like that, I know that his daddy gave him a lump sum of money. He flipped, pretty much how we say flip that. Y'all let me know in the comment section, because did he have a good relationship with his mother? Yeah, I want to know. Let's get into it.
That much. He wasn't that popular because he was so competitive. He was always looking for the edge, but it was a environment that he thrived in.
With his father and mother by his side, Donald graduated. He'd become a killer, learned the power of bullying to get ahead. A method he'd carry into the future.
Uh-oh. Look at y'all. Hopefully in a good way. In a good way, y'all. In a good way, as we can see. Okay, so that's just, small insights. The background. So I take it they cool. That's, that's gonna be your parents. And hey, growing up, my mama, she was on us too. the thing is, now that we are all adults and stuff like that, the stuff that our parents used to tell us when we was younger, we never really understood it until we actually get older and have kids. Some of y'all may not have kids, but when you actually start to get older, you start realizing like, yo, they wanted the best for me. They wasn't really trying. At that time when you young, you just like, yo, I think they out to get me. But as you get older and you get kids, you really start to say, like, they really had my back, because you got to think they've been here. They know what the world is like. They know how it's going to be. So they're trying to shape you to not have to go through as much as they went through in their time. Like, and that's the thing, because that's what we doing now. We're shaping our kids because of what we experienced and what we went through. We're shaping them to make it a lot easier for them when they get older and they kids. And it's just going to keep repeating the circle. You know, it makes a lot of sense. So Trump was sent to the military. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't the first out the boxes that he didn't choose. He chose Freddie. Freddie wanted to build airplanes. That was something his calling that he wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? So Trump was like, hey, but you see how it shapes him in the man he is today. Everybody has a past, whether it's good or bad, whatnot. But it's how you come out of that, or how you use what you went through to change it around. I am so proud of myself today, y'all. Happy Thanksgiving. I am actually really just going through this and just finding stuff I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy work today. I hope y'all getting it too. You know what I'm saying? Again, these are going to help the people who are actually starting their journey into learning. It's a everyday process. It's nothing you can just, you're never going to stop learning. That's the thing. It's ongoing. You find out this, then you're like, oh, wow, duh. Let me see if I can pull up this. Oh, wow. Why did this happen like this? Oh, that's why I was like, okay. I started out the video with watching the mother, and then I was like, okay, wait, did they have a good relationship? Then I'm looking at the end, I'm like, oh, okay. So, boom. You know what I'm saying? So, you just start to understand things a little better. You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes you want to keep digging, like, okay, boom, let me find out this, or what happened here. It's a beautiful thing, guys. It's a beautiful thing. You have to learn something every single day, whether small or big. That's what it's all about. All right. So I hope y'all appreciate, the content that I'm bringing y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for the love and support. Enjoy y'all day to day. Love on them loved ones and create memories, y'all, because at the end of the day, that is all you will have left. Okay? All right. I'm out.